Hello everybody, welcome to another video on the channel. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading recently, but I've been kind of busy. Here I am, it's Sunday, so I thought why not upload something? Got nothing to do here. Am I the only one who wishes this weekend would last forever? Yeah, but I've got nothing better to do, so why not post a video? I'm doing this video, which is going to be an electoral map prediction between President Biden and Governor of Florida Ron DeSantis. And I'm also working on a 2022 midterms election night, which I've wanted to do for a while, but I've never kind of gotten around to doing it. So for those of you who like election nights, our last election night got a lot of views, so I guess some of you guys like election nights. I'll be doing one of those, maybe coming out. I'm hoping to come out with it on Friday, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later, I don't know, but I'll work on it more tomorrow. I'm already almost halfway done, so we'll see. I don't really know, but it'll be out sometime soon. Alright, let's just get into this prediction. Again, this prediction is going to be between President Joe Biden and Governor of Florida Ron DeSantis. Let's start by filling out the states that are going to be safe for either candidate. Washington, Oregon, California. We got Hawaii. We've got probably New Mexico and Colorado. I think that those states are safe for the Democrats at this point. Then we've got Illinois, obviously New York, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Vermont up there, and then Maine's 1st Congressional District for the Democrats, and that's 195 electoral votes for the Democrats just off of those safe states. And then we've got for the Republicans Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska at large, their 1st and 3rd Congressional Districts, South Dakota, North Dakota, probably Missouri at this point, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia. There we go. So, the Republicans have 112 electoral votes just off of safe states. I don't think I've ever done an election prediction where the Republicans have been leading just off of safe states. That never happens, just because like the Democrats have California, but usually the Republicans come back and make these elections close once you fill out the likely, leans, and tilt states. Alright, Alaska, I got Alaska as a likely state, as well as South Carolina, and for the Democrats, Virginia. Alaska could be competitive in the future, and maybe come 2028, I could see it going blue. But in this election prediction, Ron DeSantis isn't. He's actually pretty popular, surprisingly. So I think that he should be able to get Alaska in a likely margin. Same thing with South Carolina. Although the Democrats have been turning out African-American voters, so if they can continue to do that in South Carolina, then maybe they could make it competitive in the future. Maine, also, Maine at large, they're going to be likely as well. New Hampshire probably is going to be likely for the Democrats, and then Iowa is going to be likely for the Republicans, too. Minnesota, yeah, probably Minnesota. Also, Joe Biden, relatively popular in Minnesota, so I'll take likely margin there, but the Democrats going to win there, so it doesn't really matter. Also, in the state of Texas, you know what, I don't know. Texas is definitely becoming less conservative, so maybe it's a leans margin. Same thing with Florida, but those states could also be likely margins. Florida, just because, it's getting more conservative, and if the if the Republicans could do the same thing that they did with the Latino vote there in Florida, they could definitely potentially win Florida by a likely margin. And the other reason that I think it could be a likely margin is that Governor Ron DeSantis, he is from Florida, but Joe Biden, he was from Pennsylvania, and he didn't win that by much more than, well, he won it, which Hillary Clinton could not, but he didn't win it by more than Obama did. So part of it's just that it's become more conservative, but I really don't think it matters as much at this point where somebody is from, what state they're from. And then I forgot about Ohio. I'll take Ohio. I think Ohio will be a likely margin, so I'll take it for the Republicans. All right, so the Republicans starting to catch up. Ron DeSantis starting to catch up. 223 electoral votes for President Biden, 219 for Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. And now we're down to kind of those battleground states. Let me take Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District and Maine's 2nd Congressional District as likelies too. I forgot about that. But anyway, we're getting 4 electoral vote difference here, and it's coming down to those battleground states: Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Those are going to be the states that really are going to decide the election in the future. And at a leans margin, I'm going to take Nevada. I know that in the past 2 elections, it has actually become less liberal, but I still think that Biden will be able to win it here. Same thing with Michigan. Biden should be able to win there. So now up to 245 electoral votes. 2 states that are kind of getting more conservative, but the Democrats are still finding ways to hold on to them. I know Nevada almost went red in 2016, but 2016 was pretty much as bad as it could get for for the Democrats. So if it didn't go red in 2016, then it's probably not going to go red in 2020. I know Michigan did in 2016. It went red, and in 2020 it could have gone red, but I really don't see it going red again here in 2024. I've got Michigan as a leans. All right, so we've got Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I'm going to say, yeah. You know what? I'll take North Carolina in a leans margin here. I can see Georgia in 2016 was a 6-point margin, I believe, something like that. And the Democrats really put a lot of work into Georgia, particularly Stacey Abrams. But they did a great job at doing that in Georgia, and maybe the same thing happens in North Carolina. But for right now, I want to see what happens in the 2022 midterms before I can say that North Carolina is for sure, in this case at least, against Ron DeSantis, gonna go blue. But for this, just early like this, I think that it'll go red here in a leans margin. If the Democrats do well in the 2022 midterms, then I can see it going blue. But against a strong candidate like Ron DeSantis, I really don't see it going red unless the Democrats perform really well in the 2022 midterms. All right, let's go with Wisconsin. I'm going to have Wisconsin going to Ron DeSantis in a tilt margin. The first flip of the night for either candidate, it's going to go to the DeSantis. Wisconsin could have definitely very well have gone to Donald Trump in 2020, and Donald Trump was just not a strong candidate. So I believe that it will go to Ron DeSantis in this case. I actually think that Ron DeSantis is surprisingly a strong candidate here, so I think he could win Wisconsin that one's hard for me. Another one that's hard for me is Arizona, but I've got Ron DeSantis taking Arizona. Arizona and Georgia are very similar, but Arizona is showing less progress going to the left, and I think that for 2024, there's still a good chance that it goes red. Maybe this is the last year it goes red, but I believe that if Ron DeSantis is the Republican, then it goes red. So now Ron DeSantis leads 258 electoral votes to 245 electoral votes. Can Joe Biden pull it off? All he needs is Pennsylvania. No, sorry, he needs both of these states, sorry. But he'll get Pennsylvania, and then it turns out Wisconsin and Arizona are going to be the only flips of the night because I've got him taking Georgia as well. Joe Biden will be reelected president of the United States for a second term. And really, I mean, Pennsylvania, he did well in Pennsylvania. I know it was the last state called, but really it shouldn't have been because a 2-point margin, they should have called it way earlier. Just like I think that Arizona was a bit of a premature call by Fox News there. I believe that they could have called Pennsylvania earlier. And really, I think that part of the reason why they didn't call Pennsylvania earlier was that they wanted us to keep watching election coverage. But Pennsylvania could have been called earlier, which is why I've got it going to Joe Biden again. And then Georgia. The Democrats have made a lot of progress here in the state of Georgia, turning out African-American voters. So if that continues to happen, then yes, they should be able to retake Georgia for a second year in a row. But they've really done a nice job with Georgia here, particularly against Stacey Abrams. All right, so that's how the Democrats are going to win this 2024 election between Joe Biden and Ron DeSantis. Comment down below who you think would win this scenario. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and have a great rest of your day.